Hey, hi, welcome back to Digit.in. My name is Vignesh. Now, the biggest reason most laptops under half a lakh rupees are slow is because they either have low RAM or a hard drive on them. However, Asus has found a way to fix that. They've got the new VivoBook S14. It comes with 8 GB of RAM and a solid state drive. Let's see how it did in our review though, shall we? Alright then, let's start with the build and design. In my opinion, the Asus VivoBook S14 is visibly as sturdy as a parceled masala dosa. According to Asus, the top cover of the laptop is made of an aluminium alloy while the base panel is made of molded plastic. In reality, both panels bend like the wings of a commercial aircraft during bad turbulence at the slightest touch. Though careful PC users needn't worry about a thing like this, they certainly have a reason to feel disappointed with the laptop's inferior build quality. While the display opens easily with the push of a single finger, the panel displays a considerable amount of flex when touched and held. Trying to lift the laptop from one side with the palm resting on the other makes the base panel bend like a cardboard sheet. While the VivoBook S14 looks like it can take a drop or two in its lifetime, it certainly doesn't feel too rigid when held and used, which could be detrimental to the motherboard's structure in the long run. On the plus side, it's really lightweight. In terms of design, the VivoBook S14 is pleasing to look at. The top cover gets a brushed hairline finish, which lends the laptop that much-needed touch of class. The area around the display is colored matte black, and the area around the keycaps on the keyboard gets a dotted finish in the laptop's primary color. Let's move on to the display. The VivoBook S14 comes with a 14-inch IPS LCD screen with a full HD resolution and matte finish. Colors on the review unit's display appeared mostly accurate in pictures, web pages, and videos. According to our test kit, the display is capable of reproducing 93% of the colors in the sRGB color space and 72% of the colors in the Adobe RGB color space, which is statistically on the lower side. Asus had to skimp on something to keep the price low, so that's really understandable. In summary, the VivoBook S14's display can be considered fit for work and media consumption with very little to complain about. Audio quality comes as a pleasant surprise on the VivoBook S14. Sound through the two down-firing speakers on the thin and light laptop is loud and clear. The laptop's speaker setup is ideal for light music and VoIP calls inside a quiet conference room. On the review unit, songs like Starboy by The Weeknd played with a respectable amount of loudness and clarity across mid and high frequencies when the laptop was placed on a table. Surprisingly, the drivers were even able to reproduce some of the bass in the tracks with a mild thump. In summary, the audio quality of the VivoBook S14's speakers surpasses that of the speakers found on some more expensive laptops, and that really is saying something. Though it falls in the thin and light category, the VivoBook S14 comes with a wide array of usable ports. On the left, it has a round pin power port, a USB 3.0 port, a USB-C 3.1 port, and strangely, a micro HDMI port. On the right, it houses a USB 2.0 port, a 3.5mm audio jack for headsets, and a microSD card slot. The VivoBook S14 also comes with a fingerprint scanner on the top right corner of the touchpad, which works swiftly for sign-ins. Video through the 720p CMOS webcam looked grainy and pixelated on the other hand. Let's move on to the keyboard. Despite resting on a thin and bendy base, the keyboard on the VivoBook S14 is supremely comfortable for typing long documents and emails. In fact, it's one of the best I have personally observed from Asus. At 1.4mm, the keys have just the right amount of travel and resistance. The space between the keycaps too is just right. The keys are backlit with 3 levels of brightness, which makes it convenient for use in the dark. In summary, the VivoBook S14 has a neat, comfortable keyboard that's suitable for users who type extensively. If anything, I wish the power button weren't placed adjacent to the delete key, as it can accidentally put the PC to sleep. The touchpad on the VivoBook S14 is nearly as good as the keyboard. Being a precision unit, the touchpad is capable of multi-finger taps and swipes without needing any third-party drivers or utilities on Windows 10. The left and right mouse buttons inside the touchpad too are fairly easy to click. The only problem is that every now and then there is some noticeable lag between the physical stroke on the touchpad and the mouse pointer's movement on the screen. Now, performance is easily the VivoBook S14's best trait, which comes courtesy of Intel's 8th Gen Core i5 CPU, 8 GB of RAM, and a 256 GB SATA 3 solid-state drive. Everyday performance on the VivoBook S14 review unit was pretty good. I was able to use dozens of instances of Chrome along with other medium weight apps like WhatsApp for PC, File Explorer, OneNote, Word, Excel, and iTunes across multiple virtual desktops without choking the laptop up. Even though the solid-state drive inside wasn't a PCIe NVMe unit and relied on SATA 3, everyday files opened up in a flash. Let's move on to battery. In our standard battery test, the review unit lasted 3 hours 8 minutes, which is on par with the Acer Swift 5. With Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, screen set to 70%, the laptop lasted somewhere between 4 and 5 hours on a single charge. During one of the test cycles, I put the review unit through continuous sessions of web browsing, document editing, and file transfers. After about 3 hours 30 minutes, the battery had drained from 100 to 38%. While the VivoBook S14 can't be lauded for its battery life, it can't be criticized for it either. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it, the VivoBook S14. So what is it good for? Performance? Yes. It's also good for its keyboard quality and its precision touchpad. But what is it not good for? As you can clearly tell, the build, while it may look good, just doesn't feel sturdy enough. That's it then. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, hit the like button below. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
For the latest technology updates, subscribe to Digit.in and don't forget to hit the bell icon.